Pels in the blender. Pels in the blender. From the dome to the court, we come alive. Red in the seats, feel that surge inside. When the crowd get loud, they shift the room. One run, one stop, and the whole thing bloom. Keep it clean, keep it true. Home floor shine when we come through. Every bucket count, every stop we chase. New Orleans pride, all up in your face. Pels in the blender. Turn it up, win on this.
Yo, whoa, what it do? Welcome to another episode of Pels in the Blender. It's your boy A. Davis coming to y'all on this great Thursday evening, man. This great Thursday evening, Fist, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I be jamming so much to the video, you heard me, that it catch me off guard when it cut off. So hold on for a second, man. Before we start this episode, right? Look, the schedule just dropped. We're going to go ahead and play the whole video real quick. If y'all don't mind, we're going to start the show off like that. Hold on.
Pels in the blender. Pels in the blender. From the dome to the court, we come alive. Red in the seats, feel that surge inside. When the crowd get loud, they shift the room. One run, one stop, and the whole thing bloom. Keep it clean, keep it true. Home floor shine when we come through. Every bucket count, every stop we chase. New Orleans pride, all up in your face. Pels in the blender. Turn it up. Win on this floor, that's the real stuff. Pels in the blender. Home court heat, bring that light, bring that heat. Mardi Gras colors on the sideline wave. Every hard-earned bucket got the town brave. Bench too deep in the tempo tight. Fourth quarter pressure, still we ready for the fight. This city loves winners, that part is clear. When the final horn hits, we want cheers and yeah. Keep it clean, keep it true. Home floor shine when we come through. Every bucket count, every stop we chase. New Orleans pride, all up in your face. Pels in the blender. Turn it up. Win on this floor, that's the real stuff. Pels in the blender. Home court heat, bring that light, bring that heat. Cool in the air, fire in the chest. One city, one squad, we want nothing less. When the line get clear and the rim look kind, that's Pelican basketball on our time. Pels in the blender. Turn it up. Win on this floor, that's the real stuff. Pels in the blender. Home court heat, bring that light, bring that heat. Pels in the blender. We good like that. New Orleans hoops, and we run it back.
Whoa, my bad, everybody. We, whoa, what's good, bro? How you doing? What's
Just
good?
cool, fam. How everything going with you?
Hold on, everybody. My bad. There we go. My bad, everybody. I got my dog in the building as usual. You heard me on this good Thursday. Cheddar Chaz in the building.
What's the deal?
What's good, bro? My bad, man. Look, I was jamming to the fucking show. You heard about the schedule got me excited or whatnot. I said, man, let me run the whole intro for everybody. You good, bro?
Oh yeah, I'm all good. I'm good.
All right, so we can jump right to it. What's good, everybody? Appreciate. Oh, look, that's me. Appreciate you, Dev, liking the video before it started. Appreciate Jeremy, everybody, Fist, Trey. What's good, everybody? Zilla, everybody in the building. Mike Morgan, as always, man. Appreciate you. Bayou, Dakari, everybody, man. I appreciate y'all so much, though. So Chaz, big day, right? Some people seem optimistic. Some people seem a little disheartened and whatnot when they seen the schedule come out. Starting at home, you hear me? So how, like, just before we start jumping into it, what's your early feelings about like the schedule release in general?
How I haven't looked at it, but
Okay.
how I generally feel is like in the grand scheme of things, it don't matter. If you
You gotta,
bad, you're gonna be at a disadvantage in every game. If you're
yep.
good, you may have an advantage. Some nights you may not have an advantage. But we'll see. Shout out to Mike Snipe. Shout out to the whole chat, man.
Absolutely.
I
This
do think
my
I see some overreactions though. Like I haven't looked at it, but I'm like, does it? If you
yeah,
think the team gonna be bad, it don't matter who you play.
I agree. Also, when you overall, let's get this out the way too. When you are a bad team, right? Let's say you were a bad team in the previous year, you don't get benefit of the doubt when it comes to scheduling. So, like a lot of the disadvantages you see from the scheduling, the back-to-backs and the multiple nights and you know the multiple game, like 3 games and 4 nights, and a lot of that stuff. A lot of that is because the NBA don't really care about you as a product. So you have to earn your way into scheduling advantages. So that's kind of like, and in my opinion, that's the way it should be. To be like, why the fuck would I give the Pelicans scheduling advantages? You know what I mean? Like that's not a team that everybody really wants to go see. And then also a lot of people will get this out the way too, because I really want to spend most of my time talking about the schedule. A lot of people talking about the 2 home games. I mean, the 2 televised games, and both of them being the overseas games against France or whatever. My thing is, one, if you are good, then like the NBA will flex you onto TV. You know what I mean? Like you might start off with only 2 home games, but if you are a good team, the NBA not going to take a chance of having an injured and hurt product on the court. Like most of the time, if you look at the Pelicans, like their stars didn't used to play when the NBA would put them on TV, or if they were on TV, it wasn't great games, right? So they don't really want to take those risks. So I understand that aspect of it too. If you want to be on TV, go out there and be a good team, and the NBA will flex you into some of those games. What's your thoughts on that?
Also, this the second year we just sent you to another continent.
Yes,
That's that's some sign of goodwill, but ultimately you got to be good. Like the team has to deliver. I don't think relationships alone will put the Pelicans in a prime position in the NBA. It's like you said, if you win, you'll get flexed. Because we've seen teams get flexed off of national television, and also it's like, who cares? I think some things just like finding something to bitch about just to be cool. I think some shit is just like whole shit. Who gives a fuck? Like, would you go? People will be like, I want the team on national TV. Then at the same time, like, oh, I hate hearing Reggie Miller's voice. I hate how difficult it is to watch games. These guys don't know anything about the Pelicans. Oh, I miss Joel and AD. It's like, then just watch Joel and AD. Or watch Cheddar Chaz doing the live game. Or game and listen to Cheddar Chaz. Like, who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck them people.
Yep, 100% agree with that. So I man, when I see the big, so let me ask again, and we'll go through the schedule, because how I want to do, we'll go through the 82 or whatever. And if you haven't seen it, great. I looked through it quick, like overview, but I haven't really like dove into it, like talking about, right? But I did take some notes, and everybody start posting stuff from the schedule release, so I got a bunch of those. Overall, my opinion, how you win games in the NBA, 2 things matter. You got to be good at home, and you got to split on the at least try to split on the road. Like you can't be, and that's basically my recipe for how you are successful in the NBA. If you can be win 70% of your games, 60% of your games at home, right? Obviously, you would like to win more, but if you win majority of the time at home, you'll be somewhere around 30 wins minimum. And if you can at least split on the road, right? That's a 40-50 win team almost every year. You get 80 games, right? Let's say you win 30 at home and you get 20 on the road. That's 50 wins. And you just try to get as close to those numbers as possible, right? So in the regular season, what is your overall of what do you think you need to do to be successful in a season?
Win. Just win. Like,
it don't matter
what
the situation is.
Yeah, because I mean, there's teams that are clearly, because every season has other teams have some of the same disadvantages you're gonna have.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Other teams gonna have injury issues, they're gonna have fatigue issues. Everyone's gonna have a tougher part of the season than other parts. Like, you may have 3 games in 4 nights, but they got teams that are older than you that'll probably have some of the same issues, or they might have 3 games in 6 nights, but their average age is older than you. Like, I think a couple games last year when we played the Pelicans, when we played the Clippers, it was like, well, the Clippers on the second night of back-to-back, they arrested everybody, and they're significantly older than you.
Yep.
So all the excuses, man, like I say, nobody give a fuck about none of that. Just win some games. If you in a position this season so where you at a disadvantage every time the ball get thrown in the air, then they just did a bad job this summer. Like, they did a bad job this summer with not improving this roster. And whatever.
That's good.
That's really what it's gonna boil down to. It ain't gonna have nothing to do with the schedule, in my opinion. Like, I don't think the league fucked the Pelicans with the schedule. I think if the 76ers is gonna have the same strength of schedule, what have you, they're gonna be like,
we're gonna beat the dog shit out of people. We're gonna beat the dog shit out of everybody. It don't matter.
Yeah, like, and for OKC, the only reason OKC seems to have the easiest strength of schedule because they always beat the shit out of everybody. The strength of schedule is based on how you did the prior year. So if you was good the prior year, it's gonna look easier. If you was bad, it's gonna look harder. Like, that's what it boils down to.
You're right. Ultimately, also, if you OKC, you could have a tough schedule and it don't matter because you just better than everybody.
Yeah, like, and you just went to the Western Conference Finals. Like, you just trying to, if OKC, nobody wants to play you in the playoffs, period. You just got to be a top 6 seed. And no matter what, you got a shot at the finals. Like, it's as simple as that for teams like that.
Yep, 100%. So we'll man, listen, I don't want really start too like, go over too much. I'm glad we got the overview out the way. Let's go ahead and pull this up. You can see that? You see that? Okay, cool. Everybody, make sure everybody good. Hopefully everybody can see the schedule as well. I got it pulled up 2 different ways. So you could go down the list and look ahead, or we got it color coded. Blue is home, red is on the road. For me, this is another good point too. The schedule, regardless of how it's laid out, you got to play all of the teams anyway, right? Like, shout out to you, Trey. You play everybody in the NBA anyway. And look, I see you here, right? I'm gonna see you on. It's not like to that point. It's not like the NFL, but it's like, fuck, if we would have played them at home, we'd have got them. You know what I mean? It's like, no, you get one chance. Each opportunity is indoors, no weather. So look, we'll play them at our building, and we'll play them in your building. So even if somebody gets you get opportunities to get back at people and stuff like that too. It's not like, oh, Zion was hurt, so we lost. And the injuries play a part, but it ain't the biggest factor. Whoa, what's good, Jazz, man? Appreciate everybody. Make sure y'all hit that like button. So for me, Mosley, if they don't do anything right now, to me, the key to this season is you 100% got to get off to a fast start, though. Like, you can't keep having these years. Again, the last, like, everybody, I don't know if everybody know, but the last, maybe 10 years, 11 years, something like that, they haven't been over 500 in the first 10 games. In my opinion, you got to be at least 500 or better.
Yeah.
500 or better.
You got many home games to start the season.
You got 6 home games out of the first 10, and I think they winnable home games. So let's start with the first one. You open the door with Indy at home. Halliburton off the injury, hadn't played a game. You know what I mean? They got Zubac, so they're gonna be trying to figure out. That's your first look at a team with a center also. For opening tap a team with a legitimate center, you'll get a real good idea early what you look like against centers. What do you feel about the Indy game?
Pelicans should win that game.
I agree.
Or they should at least be favored, because one of the best times to play teams, in my opinion, is when teams are incorporating newer high usage players, right? Like, for example, Halliburton, they got to find a rhythm again. He's coming off an injury. We don't know what up with the Nolan. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We don't know how the fuck Halliburton gonna look. Also, you've played Zubac so many times. You played Zubac 4 times a year. The last X amount of years since he's been with the Clippers. You know everything there is to know about Zubac. This as a team, new coaching staff, but as a team, you played him 4 times last year, maybe three times last year, if I'm not mistaken. So ain't no surprises with this particular game. They're gonna be healthy, so it's gonna be interesting to see. But like Bree just said, because Therese Halliburton had a tough battle this year, he's dealing with the shingles issue. As a younger person, which is like tough, rare to deal with as a young person, dealing with that, torn Achilles, got married, gained a bunch of weight. Motherfucker had a busy offseason. So if you can't come out the gate and just smack him around for the home opener, you just in the fucking way.
Missed a full season at that, hadn't been playing at all. If you've been doing, if all of y'all been working out and doing it, he can't work. Their best player cannot work as hard as anybody else on this team has been working, realistically. Even DeJounte off the Achilles, because DeJounte came back and actually had some game reps under his belt. So I'm gonna be honest, I got game 1 as a W. With you have a home opener, and not just like the home opener like last year. For example, you had to go to Memphis and then you had another game before the home opener. It's like the first game of the season, fresh everything in the building. And typically they might start those with a home. The last time you had a team, they played Chicago at home 2 years ago and they got that W. So I say they get the win, and they historically play Indy relatively well. So I got it as a win. What you got it as?
They should win, or at least be favored. I'm gonna just say they should win.
I'm gonna put you as a W for right now, and then we'll move forward. So then you get a day off, and then you got your first back-to-back. You got Utah on Friday, and then Denver that Saturday. What you think about that? Those 2 games.
Versus Utah, I expect Utah to be good this year. So gonna have your hands full there in both of those games, but. One of the benefits of having a team with a bunch of motherfuckers, if you're just not gonna consolidate, that's why I say this year nobody gonna hear no excuses.
None.
Because you got the opportunity to consolidate, but if you choose not to consolidate, one of the benefits of having a team with like 14 people that could realistically play, maybe 12 of them should realistically play, is that what's the word I'm looking for? Fatigue shouldn't be as much of a factor, especially not this early in the season.
Yeah.
Not this early. I know some guys got to get their legs under them. And honestly, for the Pelicans, this is beneficial because now you can hit the ground running conditioning wise. So the first few games or what have you, okay, cool. You got to, I don't want to get too ahead of the schedule, but I think if they split versus Denver and Utah, that's a success. I have those both as L's, though. I'm gonna say they start in 1 and 2, but if they split, that would be successful in my opinion.
Okay. I got it as I'm gonna go. I think they split because the Utah game. I think they get one of those. I think you have to win. I think the priorities on this season, coming off a win against Indy, if I'm expecting you to get a relatively decent win against a team that intends to compete, Utah, I expect, and I'm pretty sure they'll have played a game at this point. Now historically, we haven't played Utah that great also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Utah almost always give us trouble. That's another thing. Jaren Jackson Jr. coming off the knee, he's been working out, so we'll see if he's available. I'm under the assumption I'm expecting everybody to be available early in the season. Because last year, remember, we didn't know if Ja was gonna play, and then game 1, that motherfucker suited up. So
can I say this too?
Of course, go ahead.
Shout out to Bree. I want to add this. I'm just tired of all the wimpy, punk ass, scary, bitch made, fear mongering cowardice. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, right? I'm tired of people like, let's say, shout out to Bree, like Jaren Jackson Jr. is injured, but let's say he does come back and play. One thing that's going to annoy me this year, people like, oh, guys always magically get healthy when it's time to play us. Like, you think they worried about you? You think they care about you?
Mm-hmm.
They run their crippled ass off the court. Stop all that crying. Act like it's oh God, why are the best players playing? Man, come on, son. Nobody want to hear all that. All that bitching and moaning. I'm here to win. Anybody step on the court with the Pelicans, I think the Pelicans should have a puncher's chance. That's how I feel.
I'm with you though. I'm of the mindset this season. If you trying to change the culture and change all of the shit that they be talking about changing, you can't. You literally win or loss. You gotta be like similar to when Detroit was like turning it around. Right. It was like, dog, that was a physical ass game.
Even if everybody,
even if you got the L, dog, it was like, yo, we beat, like that was a hard fought game or whatever the situation be. Like, fuck, I'm nervous about playing that team again. That's a physical game. So right. I need
the rest after that type.
Yeah, like get your sleep. Like them bitches play hard. Like, you know, so that's kind of where I'm at. Don't run from no smoke. So my thing is, I think they get Utah early, to be honest. I think Utah got more that they're trying to figure out with Ace and Keontae coming back and Jaren Jackson and like, so I think they got a little bit more that they're trying to figure out than us, when I think we should hit the ground running, to be honest. So I got us getting that dub, but I don't have us winning in Denver at all. Like, again, I just think Joker's probably going to be too much to handle on the road in Denver. Like,
high altitude.
I think, yeah, the altitude, they still, like, they just, until you beat teams like that consistently, and remember, we played them early in the season last year. Not again, it was when the season was already in dysfunction, but they beat the fuck out of us. That you know what I mean? Because we played them right after we played Boston.
Yeah, that was game. Not a game though. We put up a pretty good fight.
Yeah, we put up a good fight. That's when someone healthy or whatever. Like, we put up a fight, but they still eventually found a way to win the game.
Consider resting everyone that game?
Hell no, I ain't resting nobody, nothing.
Yeah, I say that just because from a strategy standpoint,
ain't no.
If I could well, I'm just saying it from this standpoint. To me, it's too early to be doing that.
Yeah,
but from a strategy standpoint, if I'm like, all right, we already know kind of like the altitude with Denver, what have you. But if we could sneak in Saturday, Sunday, Monday, that's 3-4 practices we could sneak in with an additional rest day. And then we got another back-to-back coming up, and we go into those next two games versus Denver and Sacramento, where we got a better opportunity to maybe beat both, depending on how Sacramento look. That's something I would consider. I would say that if they told me like
one of the game, the only way I would even think of considering it, and I'm still 100% no, is if you 2-0, and like if you 2-0, maybe. But if I'm 2-0, like this team can't afford to give away no games, right? Yeah. Like they just don't have the wiggle room to give away any games or any opportunity, especially after this back-to-back. You got a 3-game rest, and then you getting ready to come home for a week. So we gonna play these two games. We gonna play that back-to-back to win both of those. And that's two West teams you can't even afford to give, any kind of advantage over you, because Denver, you expect to be ahead of you in the standings, but Utah, shit, realistically, you thinking y'all gonna battle for positioning. If anything, I'm prioritizing that Utah game. And then Denver, we'll see. But then I got Denver coming back. So I try to get both of those. So, but I do think we lose. So we 2-1. You got a 3-game rest, right? You got a 3-game rest. Whoa, what's good, Clarence, man? Appreciate everybody in the chat. Make sure y'all hit that like button as always. 3-game rest. You come back for another back-to-back. You got Denver and Sacramento, right? So right now I got them as 2-1, but you just lost to Denver. If I just lost to them, I gotta get this win at home. Like I have to have that win at home. Like I can't let them beat the piss out of me, come back, like fly, take a break, and then come back and beat the brakes off me again. If you're gonna be the team that we think you're gonna be, you have to win this type of game right here. And I think Mosley, this will be the game where Mosley kind of shows what they made of. Regardless of if they win or lose, I think this will be the game. So I'm gonna have it as a W. This one.
I'm gonna have that one as a L. Now I think they can beat Denver. Just how I would approach it, I probably would approach it the same way. The way it's like my more important, because they did this a lot of times the last couple seasons where they put emphasis on the wrong games. In my opinion,
yes,
the more important game is Sacramento.
It's Sacramento.
So if I'm like in the Denver game, first couple minutes it ain't going right, or first half it was like, all right, pull the plug. All right, tomorrow we're gonna roll this over. We got a roster that's 15 minutes deep. Because to me, I don't care even if you got to cheat to win, or even if you take the shortcut.
I'm 100% with cheating to win, boy.
Just tread water until you build a continuity, until you build, everybody got their legs under them. Because right after that, you got 3, 4, 5 winnable games in a row.
That's a good point.
If I could just be like, well, fuck 7. You got 7, 8, 9. You got 9 winnable games. The Pelicans, in theory, bro, should go at least after. I'm sorry to get ahead here, but after this Denver game,
you good.
The Pelicans 1, 2, 3, lost right there. That's 3-2, 4, 5. They should be 5-2, 6-2, 7-2. The Pelicans should go at least 7. Should, in theory, on paper, go 7-2 after that Denver game. Does that mean they will 7-2 or 6-3? Like, so if it costs you, this like, all right, look, we're gonna get this, we're gonna steal this extra couple of days of rest because we about to do all our installs right here early, and we're gonna hit the ground running. We're gonna hit turbo for the rest of this shit. And you come right back and you play Golden State again. You getting all your Denver games out the way the first 2 months of the season.
I agree.
So, yeah.
So for me, that's why I prioritize one of them. If
what up, Louisiana Gal? Shout out to the home.
Was good. I prioritize one of the games, one of the Denver games, honestly, just to see where we at, right? Just to see where we at. So if I'm gonna be honest, I ain't mad at your approach because, for example, my thought process would be, okay, throw everything against the Utah game. We got to have that game. And we'll see what happened. Let's say we see what happened against Denver on the second night of a back-to-back. DeJounte might not play as many minutes, whatever the case may be. Fears might, you might go a little deeper into your bench. Let's say you take an L. Cool. The first Denver game, I have to start that game at least trying to win. And if it's looking let's say it's looking a little tough, then I understand. It's like, all right, look, we're not going to go 100% to try and win this game, even though I probably would, but I understand the thinking. And it's like, look, we have to have the Sacramento game, right? Like we got to get the Sacramento game. But as of right now, so as of the Denver game, you have them 1-3. You know what, realistically, dog, I just can't. I want to say 3-1 because of the
anything possible.
I'm gonna stick with that 3-1.
Okay.
Because I got them beating Indy. I do have them beating Utah. I got them losing to Denver. I got them splitting with Denver. So that's really like 2-1. And then I got Sacramento. I got them winning against Sacramento. Like you got to beat that kind of team.
Yeah. So in October, now that we get to Atlanta, let's just do our October records. That way we keep it kind of clean.
Yeah. In October, I have it. I got you. I think they lose to Atlanta.
I think they lose.
I think they lose to Atlanta. I just
what Atlanta really got?
Because Atlanta beat the piss out of us both times last year. Like neither game was really close. Wine was good. D. It's not that they can't beat Atlanta, but I just
trying to think who on
CJ
Atlanta
coming back. I guess we got to figure out what they do with what they're doing with Kuminga as well.
Shit, Kuminga, free agent.
I mean, if he technically he's not a restricted, is he?
No,
he's not. Yeah, I mean, well, who knows? He might end up back. Their team could be complete. I I'll say this: if they plan on starting the rookie, I think we got a chance. Fleming, no way he starts, right?
Nah, I'm trying to think. Why would he? I can't see him starting over Dyson and Nikhil.
I mean, they drafted that motherfucker. Well, he got Dyson, Nikhil, CJ, Jalen, and then
they got Landale, Kangwoo. I think the Pelicans can beat that team.
Can beat that team.
The Pelicans should. The Pelicans probably better than them on paper, to be honest. This on paper, I'm saying. The Pelicans. I think the Pelicans are gonna beat them.
Okay, so I got 4-2 for October. What's your October? 3-3.
I'm gonna say 3-3. I really got 2-4, but I'm gonna say 3-3.
I mean, I can rock with the 2-4 if that's what
I'm gonna say 3-3.
You got them basically. You got them winning against Indy, Sacramento, and Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got matter of fact, I might have a 4-2 because I can see them beating Utah, but I'm gonna say Indy, Sac, and Atlanta just to be safe.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot all about Dort. Lou Dort. Yeah, I forgot all about Dort that they added.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at this point, again,
I'm just going based off the history, bro. They beat the last two times. Neither one of them games was close.
Well, shit. The last two times, in one game you didn't have DeJounte.
Aaron Wiggins.
You played on the second night of a back-to-back. Both of those games, Derek Queen was fucking awful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you wasn't exactly at full strength when you played them neither. So, because Zion didn't play in that first game at home, it was, and again, it was the second night of a back-to-back. I'm sure other guys didn't play. DeJounte, he ain't played in neither one of those games. So I think you got a puncher's chance.
Okay. So you got it at 4-2. I got it at 3-3. If you leave,
I got it at 3-3.
Yeah, I'm saying you got it at 3-3. I got it at 4-2.
Yeah.
If you get out of October with any of those records, that's a win.
Yeah, I think so.
What you can't be with that schedule, you can't be 1-5.
Yeah, you can't be 1-5.
If you 1-5, if you 1-5, 2-4.
Well, you could be 2-4 if you went with like my play to where it's like, look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and rest on some of these back-to-backs. Like we're gonna just focus on the more important games of the back-to-backs. Then I'd be like, I see what you're doing, I get it. But if you just getting beat down off GP, then you're in the way.
So worst case scenario, I'll say this: both our worst case scenarios, I think is 2-4.
I can see that.
So worst case scenario, we'll say 2-4. All right, let's move on to November. Right, you got a day off, then you go on the road to Memphis. Honestly, though, I know a lot of people think highly of Memphis, and I think highly of a lot of their young players and shit too. But you gotta beat Memphis every time you see them.
Yeah, so like, this season you're supposed to go 4-0 versus Memphis.
Yeah, there's no time until like, I'm not saying that you won't end up losing a game to them, because again,
anything can happen.
Anything can happen, circumstances. But anytime I see Memphis, for me, it's gonna be a dub. Like it's gotta be. So for November, I got you with a win against Memphis to start. I'm assuming you same.
Yeah. You man, you can't beat Memphis. Then what are we doing?
Yeah. Then you got a nice. I honestly think your early schedule, though, you got to take advantage of. You got a decent little stretch. You got Utah at home. You play Minnesota, which Minnesota early in the season, but you play Minnesota well. So I'm interested to see how you.
And Minnesota, they bringing in a new high usage guy. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Ain't no telling what's gonna happen with LaMelo, how he fit on the roster. You know what I'm saying? Not saying he won't, but I think you got to play them guys while they incorporating new players. And the Pelicans have played well against LaMelo historically also.
That's what I was about to say too. Like they've played well against LaMelo. They played well against, and I think in the regular season they see Minnesota and they'll get up for that game. So you got Utah, Minnesota, and then you got the back-to-back in Golden State. Let's go to that. Like, so what do you have the Utah at home?
I think they beat Utah at home.
Okay, you got them beating Utah at home.
I got them beating Utah and Minnie at home.
Okay, I got them losing to Utah at home. I think they beat Memphis. Come back. I think they lose to Utah at home. And honestly,
you keep losing them, Utah boy.
Well, I got them beating Utah. That's why. So I said it the last. I think they beat them the first time they played them.
Oh,
so
they beat them on the road, then lose at home.
So I got them splitting the first. I think they split the series with Utah this season. However many they play. So like if you beat them, so even if we lose here, if we lost there, I think we beat them here. If we, you know what I mean, I got them flip-flop in the first two. And then the mini game, you said you had them winning.
Yeah, I got them beat Mini at home.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie, I got them losing to Minnesota at home. Just because you just I think I got them losing to Minnesota just because Minnesota historically we played them well, but I don't think we typically beat them early in the season. Normally we don't beat Minnesota until later on. Yeah, he has played Gobert relatively well, but at the end of the day, like they still win most of those games, right? Like again, we played them tough the 2 times. We played them back to back at home. It was tough games, winning the overtime. Eventually they won. We played them on the road. We went out there. We got that win over Minnesota, and then they beat us again at the end of the season. But like we play them tough, but Minnesota relatively realistically typically find ways to get the wins over us. So I just think the first time we see Minnesota, I think they get the W personally. I think that Memphis game will be very difficult for the Pels. Edey, Isaiah Stewart, Cam Boozer will be quite the challenge for the Pels' interior defense and toughness. We're going to see. I don't think they're going to have enough on the perimeter, though. That's why I think the difference will be. And we'll see with this new version of Zion. Can he have them in foul trouble? Can he, like, there shouldn't be anybody that is able to, like, consistently stop him. Like, you know what I mean? They had Jaren Jackson Jr., but I don't think none of them dudes are like equipped to deal with Zion like that. So now you got that back-to-back on the road, California, Clippers, Golden State. Personally, you got to get both of them. I need both of them too. What's your thought?
You got, in my opinion, now it's hard to win in Golden State, but in my opinion, the Pelicans have a better team than Golden State right now. I
think they've been playing relatively well against Golden State the last couple seasons.
Yeah, and I'm like, Golden State ain't got nobody. No Moses Moody gone, hurt. Jimmy gone. Like, you know, Porzingis may or may not be in their lineup. They should beat those two teams. And the Clippers, I don't know what the fuck gonna happen with them. But if that Kawhi trade go through, you should beat the Clippers on the road. Then then the travel not even that serious from LA to Golden State. Like that's not, you could take a bus if you really fucking wanted to. That's not even like a real thing. So yeah, they should win both of those games. I think, I so far I have them.
You got them 5-0. You got them 5-0 to start.
I'm gonna say if you're a serious team, you should go 5-0. If you're not serious, then 4-1. I wouldn't be mad at 4-1. But anything below 4-1, you full of shit. I'm trying to figure out how to turn this brightness down because your thing be on. That's why I went got my glasses. Your shit be on date. It be on daytime mode. So I'm trying to figure out. I need to make my whole screen dark. No, you good. Go ahead.
In the future, I change that. That bit is white. Hold on.
No, you good. It's something. I'm sure it's something I could do on here.
Hold on. Here you go.
So I got the night.
That's better.
Let me see. Oh, no, I might have to refresh. It's all good.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
I switched it, so we should be straight. This is kind of cool. I like this. So right now,
I fixed it. There we go.
And they first. Let me see how many games is that. That's 10 games. You got them 5, 8. Well, so you got them starting. That's 11 games. You got them starting according to you, in the first 11, you got them 8-3.
8-3 or 7-4.
Or 7-4.
Because also the Pelicans, according to Joe Dumars, they're gauging things in, of course, 10-game increments. I'm sure the whole league does that. So if you go in 7-4, 8-3 your first 11 games, you off to a hell of a start.
That's a good start in my opinion. Especially if you get like a win against Utah, who people like, Denver, who people like. If you get some of those, they start off to something like this, you might as well ride into the sunset, dog. No cap.
And I ain't gonna hold you. I'm sorry to cut you off. Another thing, again, all these motherfuckers done played together. So installs ain't gonna be like because the league traditionally runs most of the same sets. It's just some utilization is a little different here and there. But I think for us the continuity and carryover, you got to be counting on that. If you running the lion's share of this roster back, that's what I'm saying. No excuses, dog.
None at all. Like, you absolutely got to come out there and do what you got to do to get these wins. So you come off the road, you got a day's rest, and then you go see this. Like, for example, that's one of those, that Minnesota on the road, and then you got the back-to-back. That's one of those 3 games and 4 nights that people talk about. I don't even view it that way, because you had a day off before. Like, and I know you played, but you had a day off, then you played, then you got a day off, then you got to fly, right? You fly to LA, but people love going to LA for a fucking weekend. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be in LA on a Saturday and Sunday. You got to make sure to take care of one of those games, right? And then you got Golden State. Then you come back, and then you got Brooklyn at home. Brooklyn is another one. You got to get that one.
I'm going to say this. All these big grown motherfuckers.
Yep.
Y'all been in the league almost a decade. Most of y'all, some of y'all been in the league longer than that. If the concept of going to LA on the weekend, most of y'all be living in LA and traveling all, if the prospect or the concept of going to LA on a weekend before a game still excites you, then you just in the way, bro. You in the way.
Or you better ball.
Yeah, or you
better ball out.
This is a good Jordan. This would be that 2-game sample right there. That would be great Jordan Poole games to really show out. Honestly,
I agree. I think those are the kinds of situations where I think your young players should play. Like, and if the team is what they are, like, again, because if Brandon is over there, anytime you see Brandon, you need to show Brandon what time it is, in my opinion. In Golden State, you always should want to get that W for Jordan Poole over. And they've played Golden State relatively well. So then you got Brooklyn back at home. You just gotta beat Brooklyn. I don't care. You gotta beat Brooklyn.
I was listening to someone yesterday, and I was trying to get some information on this. I didn't get the information, but I was listening to someone yesterday who covers the Nets, and they were saying they think that Michael not gonna be that long. So I don't know if that means that he gonna be gone in the off season, but they seem to think that Mike not gonna be that too long.
That's a perfect time to go ahead and get that trade for him, right?
Might you know what I mean? Now, right?
Yeah. So, boy, listen, if Michael Porter Jr. on this roster, I'm reevaluating everything. By the way, so I'm gonna say, so do you have them beating Brooklyn?
Yeah,
especially if Mike gone.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be there, but I got him beating him.
Okay, so boy, you got him off to a hell of a start. Memphis again, then Denver. I think we both got them against Memphis, and then taking another loss to Denver. You got them beating Denver.
If I'm them, I'm sitting down for Denver.
I ain't mad at that. On that back-to-back, I focus everything. We got to beat.
You gotta beat the teams in your tier. To me, those teams in your tier: Clippers, Golden State, Sacramento, Dallas. Maybe Utah, kinda, but mainly those teams. So I think you absolutely. I would just sit them for Denver and then focus on Golden State and Detroit.
Okay, I ain't mad at that. I got Memphis. So you got them as a win against Brooklyn, then Memphis, and then a loss to Denver. And then I pretty much got it the same way. I got them. I got them taking the loss of Denver. So then after that, so now you on a 5-game homestand. What did you say about Golden State? How you feel about Golden State?
I think they
They
beat
focus on Golden State.
Yeah, they should focus on them, and I think they beat Golden State.
And then lose to Detroit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know that they lose to. I think they beat Detroit too.
Really?
Yeah, I think on paper today, until we know what happens with Duren, they better on paper than Detroit right now. Until we know what happens with Duren.
Okay, I got
if Duren come back, then Detroit's better.
Let me see. So I got them winning against Memphis. I got them losing to Denver. You gotta win Golden State game because I just think you about to lose the next couple, in my opinion. Because I got them losing against. I got them losing against Detroit. I got them losing against OKC. I got them losing against the Spurs. So I think you about to have your first 3-game losing streak.
Let me ask you this: in the world where Duren don't, I'm sure he's going to play, but in the world where Duren is disgruntled, they already lost Beef Stew. They brought in John Collins, who's a nice player. Asar still not, necessarily that type of player. They lost Tobias. It's a different team. Do you think that if I guess you got to still give them the benefit of the doubt, but if the coach that just went out there and pushed them to 7 games with a worse roster, if that coach can't go out there, not putting it all on the coach, but if that coach can't go out there and beat this team at home, now that they've got a worse roster, them being Detroit, and he's got a better roster in New Orleans, you don't think that they're a little more evenly yoked now? Just on paper. Just on paper.
I think so. But that's
you gotta respect them as the number 1 seed.
Yeah, I think the style that they play with a sword and just Cade. I think
they got Isaiah Joe now.
Isaiah Joe. They still, as of right now, they still got Duncan Robinson. Who else they got?
This is not a very good roster. I'm looking at this roster right now. Detroit roster is not.
It's really a little all over. I like John
Cade
Collins
and a bunch of guys.
Yeah, it's Cade and a bunch of y'all do whatever. But I believe in Bickerstaff as a good coach.
Yeah.
So I kind of give him benefit of the doubt. But Mosley play him tough. Always play him tough. But I gotta give it a. I just gotta give it
to the team with the history.
Yeah, especially recently. How do you have OKC, San Antonio, Phoenix?
I got them losing to OKC. Second night of a back-to-back. I would honestly.
You punt all of those until get ready for Phoenix.
I would try to beat San Antonio.
I would try to beat.
I would try to probably punt OKC, and then I would focus heavily on Phoenix because Phoenix is another one of those really important games. And then you got some days off, but you got the Pelicans don't play well after stretches off.
Yeah.
So
and it's going into Thanksgiving.
Yeah, going to Thanksgiving. You don't know what. I ain't even gonna say. I was just thinking, but you got a West Coast road trip, right? You got to at least beat the Clippers in Sacramento, bro. I think you lose to Portland, but you got to at least beat the Clippers or Sacramento. So I would try to focus on Phoenix, the Clippers, and Sacramento. So I'm gonna say they lose to OKC and San Antonio, and beat the Clippers and Sacramento, lose to Portland.
Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3 more losses, so that's 4, and you got them winning against Phoenix, Clippers, and 3 more. So according to you, they've had a 12-4. That'd be a 12-4 month, and that will put them on the season. Best case scenario, they be 15-7. If you're 15-7,
that's awesome to me. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're coming out of November, we'll hold on. So what do I have them as? I got them So I had them 4-2, and then I got a win here. So 5-2. Well, I'm at 6-3. What was my 6-3 at? I got them losing both of those to the Spurs, OKC. Honestly, I think Phoenix get us, and we go on a 3-game losing streak. I think it'll be Mosley's first 3-game losing streak. So we'll see how they respond. I think they get a win against the Clippers. I think they get a win against the Clippers and then a win against Sac.
You think they beat Phoenix?
Nope.
You think they that's a 4-game losing streak?
Because they have to. Not yet. It's gonna be a 4-game then.
Oh, them niggas ain't no way.
It's gonna be a 4-game losing streak. I could if they start because so let's see. I got them 4-2 to start out October, and then you go 5-0 against Memphis. So now you 5-3 against Utah, 5-4 against Minnesota. Then I think you get both of those against the Clippers and Golden State. So now you 6-4. I think you get Brooklyn, Memphis, 8-4. I think you lose to Denver, 8-5. I think you get 9-5, 4-4. So then I think you lose the next 3, 9-8. Beat Phoenix, 10-8, 10-8, and then I think you get 2 of the next 3. Clippers. Well, no, you could win all 3 of those, but you'll probably lose one just being y'all. So then that'll put you at 12-9.
That's not bad. I would live with that.
Yeah,
I could live with that. I wouldn't think I wouldn't be thrilled, but you got most of your back-to-backs out the way early. Because in the first 2 months, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 back-to-backs. So that is tough to overcome. That's why I think honestly, pride come before the fall. I'll be sitting some of them motherfucking games out. Just being smart.
I think you if depending on how they play it and obviously health and stuff like that, but your strategy of listen, we need to go all in on said game. Because in the regular season, you kind of got to play it that way to a degree with some teams. But I think this team young enough to where it's like you don't have no leeway. Like you don't have no, because what you can't do is go all in for a game and then lose that motherfucker. You know what I mean? So like if I'm going all in against Memphis and then lose, like you got to be able to win those games. So just playing it fair. So coming out of October, best case scenario, I agree with you, and they 15-7. I think a good start to the season would be 12-9, and then I think worst case scenario, it could be
9.
You know how many?
7 and fucking what? 7-15.
Yeah, you split that 7-15 worst case scenario. And realistically, that wouldn't even be worst case because you was worse than that last year. That's what's interesting. So let's go into December. And these are where if I'm not mistaken, these were your cup games are, and all of those are on Fridays or whatever.
Man, I hate the cup. I ain't gonna lie.
You don't like it? Why?
I just think it's stupid. I just think it's too many. Like it's extra basketball, so I guess that's cool. But I would know what I would prefer more than a cup: a longer training camp. If you could just did away with the cup and I got an extra 2 weeks of training camp, I would prefer that. But
okay.
I ain't mad at the guys getting that extra money though. So shout out to them. For
yeah, because that's something that make
that's the only thing I like about it.
The whole thought of it was to try and find reasons to make the regular season more because it's so long. Yeah, make it more competitive, make people care about the games and stuff. So, and to a degree, it's done that and the play-in. I'm also interested to see how they not pivot, but how like the new draft situation, start managing, because by like November going into December, you'll start seeing who your bad teams are. Like it'll start becoming clear who's good, who's bad,
who's middle of the pack.
Who's middle of the pack. In this case, if middle of the pack teams, if bad teams are like distinguishably bad, do they like play harder to try and not be in that bottom 3, or are they just like? And again, if you bad, sometimes it ain't nothing you could do. But like, is that the goal? That's the part that I'm interested with. So let's see. Let's go into December. They start with, you just had that road trip, that LA road trip. Then you come back. You got the Lakers at home.
I think you it's a different Lakers thing. Ain't no LeBron this time.
I think you could get them though.
I think you could beat the Lakers. It's at home, right?
Yeah, at home.
It's after Thanksgiving. Luka probably gonna be drunk. I think I'm gonna give him that first Lakers game at home.
First Lakers game at home, cool. I'm not worried about the cup games. I'm just gonna stick to the ones that's on the schedule right now. So obviously they got like some games in here, so we gonna just kind of like skip through those. But they have, then you go, so they got the week of like the cup games and all of that shit. But then you got Sacramento and then LA, another LA road. Boy, they do a lot of LA road trips.
I think you beat Sacramento, lose to LA at home.
Okay. Beat Sacramento, lose to LA. So now for you, they are 17-5.
I wish I could talk to Mosley. I know, even if I did, I know he would never outwardly agree
to this.
To be like, at least not outwardly. He'd probably be like,
it's not a bad strategy.
Yeah, he's like, not bad.
Not a bad strategy.
But I don't think he would be like, that's what we're gonna do.
I got them splitting right there, 14-10 also. Okay. The Knicks at home, that's an L for me.
Nah,
we don't never beat the Knicks.
I thought
Brunson
they
be closing
well last year. Twice. I think we played them well twice last year.
They were up in both games until Brunson decided to shut the door.
Yeah, and then of course they bench Fierce for DeJounte, and we know how that went on the road. But I think to me that's a toss-up game. I wish we had a toss-up category, right? Because that's probably what we should have had, like a talk. I mean, fuck, we're already here now, so it don't really matter. I'm gonna just call it I
ain't seen us beat the Knicks in so long, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it an L. I think we absolutely can beat them. I think we just match up well against them. No Mitchell Robinson, they ain't really add nobody.
Yeah, if they did,
bro,
bro, according to you, we probably a 1 seed right now.
Nah. I think OKC, Denver. I think all the teams gonna hit the ground running.
So, hold on, no, not 7.
I think they might be comfortably in like 5th, 6th.
Wait, 15-7, and then you had the win made it 16, sack 17, the Lakers 16. So that's 8. I'm sorry,
because it also depends on, who are them other teams playing? What's their schedule?
That's very true. Yeah, that's why they play competitive teams too.
That's why I don't get too caught up on the schedule, because if we got 15 back-to-backs, and like I say, that's the most hypothetically, but the team below us is Denver, and let's say hypothetically they got 14 back-to-backs. That's a lot of fucking back-to-backs for a team of that age, like, and with that injury history. Like, for example, shout out to Brett Siegel. Brett Siegel, he's showing the number of back-to-backs this season. Brooklyn has 16. The Pelicans have 16. Boston has 15. Chicago has 15. Cleveland got 15. Now, here's where it becomes relevant to the Pelicans. Dallas has 15. Golden State has 15. The Lakers have 15. All 3 of those teams have guys coming off of major injuries last season.
That's very true.
Denver got 14. Houston got 14. Portland got 14. So you're talking about a 2-game difference in some of these instances. And then it's all about who's on the second night of that back-to-back. Who's on the front end of that back-to-back. Utah got 13. That's, you know what I'm saying? Phoenix got 13. Clippers got 13.
Other people gonna be in some of the same advantages and disadvantages depending on certain games. They're gonna be making business decisions as well. The only thing I'll say is that most teams probably look at the Pelicans as like, this the game we gotta have.
Yeah,
that's what I'm. So like when they like the Knicks probably like, listen, we can't afford to lose to the Pelicans on the road. Like that's gotta be a dub for us. Most people
the Knicks probably better not disrespect our mind like that. But I can see it. Now, one thing I will say too. Now, this don't happen with everybody, like you saw with OKC. But sometimes people be having them finals and postseason hangovers. Like the Knicks haven't been a great regular season team.
They've been, I wonder. Like, that's gonna be very interesting. Do they do? Yeah. Because most champions lately come off that championship season and look really well the next regular season. Like Boston was incredible the next regular season. OKC was incredible the next regular season. Denver, even the year they won that next regular season was pretty good too, but the West was popping. So it's gonna be interesting to see what the Knicks look like. So you got, I ain't gonna lie, so you got the Knicks game as a toss-up?
Yeah, I'm gonna call it an L though, just for conversation's sake.
Okay.
I'm gonna L to be safe.
All right, so you got the win against LA, the win against Sac 17, and then 2, so 9. Okay, we 17 and 9. We back on the same page. Sacramento.
I got the win.
Gotta be a fucking win. Gotta be a win. San Antonio, Memphis back to back.
I'm gonna say that they split. I'm gonna say you gotta focus on Memphis. So I'm gonna say you lose San Antonio, you beat Memphis.
Okay. 18 and 10. I got it the same way. I got them splitting it. 16 to 12. OKC again. That's a loss.
Yeah. I just think they'll match up well against OKC.
I just the style of play and whatnot. I like this next little road trip they got going on. They go so after Christmas, getting ready to end the season. You got at Brooklyn, at Toronto, at Detroit. I got 2 out of 3 of those.
I think you beat Brooklyn.
Ooh,
depending on
not. I forgot all about Kawhi over there.
Yeah, depending on what the fuck going on with Kawhi, if it's Kawhi or Brandon, makes a big difference. But I think you beat Brooklyn, and I think you lose every game but LA. So you go 1 and 2. 2-2. I think you lose to Toronto if Kawhi there.
Okay,
maybe not though, because they play it well against Kawhi, bro. Well. I just think Toronto is too physical.
I think Toronto as a team,
it's too
physical. Better.
But then the Pelicans might, depending on what happens. That's why, bro, just go get some talent, because you could have the 3-point edge against a team like that. But I'm not gonna disrespect Toronto like that, and what RJ Barrett did last year. So I'm gonna call it an L.
I ain't mad at that. So I got them beating Brooklyn. I'm gonna say Kawhi and Toronto. That's a loss. Detroit on the road. That's probably a loss too. And to end the year at home against Luka, I think you get that win to end the year.
Yeah, I think they win at home.
So at the end of December, you got them 21 and 13. I got them 18 and 15 to end the year, and December is out the way. How do you feel about both of those situations? If you 21 and 13, you probably in that's funny, picking the L for us is the safe pick. Like if you 21 and 13, I think you comfortably in playoff position.
Yeah, I would say so.
I think so. I think if you 18 and 15, you probably like,
I think you could be like
7-8 seed, something like that. You think,
depending on where everyone else is at, yeah.
Yeah. And then worst case scenario is you probably like at worst you probably like 10 and what is that? 4-game swing, like 10 and fucking 24, 20, like something like that.
Yeah, then
Everybody's
you
gone in January. Everybody's gone in January. Something
I don't
like
know about that, but
well, I'm just saying. I think by
it's
January,
like at that point, it's like
you start getting ready to do.
You made a huge mistake.
Yes.
If you everybody needs to go. I'll say that.
Yeah, because if they could be 19 and 10, I mean, there's a possibility you could be 10 and 19. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's a real case scenario. If they 13 and 21, let's just say we flip both our records, right? And say 15 and 18 or 13 and 21.
I wouldn't be upset at 15 and 18 because I'm like, as a new coach, and I give him
you still in the fight at 15. You still in the fight around that number.
And in my mind, I didn't punt some of these games. Like me. But if you fuck around and you just in a disastrous position, like your season already over, then everybody just need to resign.
Is your season over at 13 and 21 going into the new year?
I think it's damn near over, yeah.
You have to have a great January to sell.
Yeah, that's the great second half of the season. Yeah. Everybody else would, and then take into account there are some people, some teams are going to like flunk the play in. Like, I don't want to play in.
Yes, they won't.
Just good
because
enough.
I just want to be the 10 seed, like not the 10 to 11, like 11, 12.
Yeah. So they're gonna have teams that do that. So that's something you absolutely have to take into account. Okay. But aside from that, like, yeah.
No, okay. So we go into the new year. And then you start with Miami at home.
I think
Giannis, Bam, Andrew, Wiggins, Spoelstra. I think it's an L.
You know, I don't think that team's especially talented. But I think
I just got to give Giannis the benefit of the doubt, to be honest. And we be losing we just don't beat Miami. I can't recall the last time we beat Miami.
I think they won that one. I think they won that one.
Jamal Mosley has
because I think they won that one because
Miami.
Because that's one of the things I'm like, I don't want to carry like the Willie Green results over, even though it's the lion's share of the roster. It's like, well, if this dude here and he ain't making no difference, then why he even here? Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? That's a very good point. And those Orlando teams played Miami really, really well, damn near every time they played them. That game gonna be at home.
And I'm trying to think like.
That's a good point.
And this is the beginning of a homestand. I'm trying to think like, who else Miami really
you gotta run this homestand. You gotta run all of these.
I think who else Miami really has. Like Miami got it's Giannis, Bam, and
Mitchell.
Davion Mitchell. No disrespect to Davion Mitchell, but it's
Bobby
Davion
Portis.
Mitchell. Oh, Bobby Portis washed up too. That's like, man. That's why I kind of feel like again. And this is the trap. Because you can look at they roster is Giannis, Bam, Andrew Wiggins, Jovic, Bobby Portis, Davion Mitchell, Tim Hardaway. This roster bunk.
Yeah.
This roster bunk as fuck. Right? This roster ass.
These are the ones that you should win.
There's no way this team should make it out the East. Right? After Bam, this is a significant drop-off. So if the Pelicans can't beat Miami this year, you in the fucking way. Nigga, you just in the fucking way.
I'm gonna give you the dub for him, but I ain't gonna lie. I got it as an L. But I do think you go 3-1 in these next. So I don't think you run all 4 of these.
I think you lose.
Technically, I think it's a 5-game homestand. I think so. You got the Lakers, Miami, Dallas, Portland, Orlando, all at home. You know, days in between each other. What you got them in that stretch? Because you had them beating LA too, huh?
Yeah, I got them beating. Well, fuck, it's the second night back to back. I just realized that. I might call LA a L now, just because I just realized in the second night it's the second night back
to back.
Yeah, right, but I got them beating Miami and Dallas, losing to Portland, and beating Orlando.
Okay, hold on. So you have them 20 and 14.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
Miami and Dallas losing to
Portland and beating Orlando.
Okay, so that's Miami and Dallas. So they 2-2 out of that.
Yeah.
So for you, that's 22 and 16, which I don't think that's bad. And then I'm 18 and 15 right now, and I have.
Wait, you said 2-2? Why you say what?
Because you have them beating Miami and Dallas, right?
Yeah, and losing to Portland, beating Orlando.
Oh, beating Orlando. My bad. Beating Orlando. 15. So 23 and 15. I got them going. So I got them losing to Miami, but I got them winning their next 3. So 16 and then 3. So I got them at 21 and 16 going. And then you got Miami on the road. You got them beating Miami on the road.
I just think they should match. Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, because
they finally do win the game. They should win.
Miami on paper, should not have enough 3-point shooting to really compete with the Pelicans, because you still got Trey Murphy, he's healthy. You still got Sadiq Bey. You still got Jordan Poole. You still got people that like shoot threes, like, you know what I'm saying. Whereas with Miami, their 2 absolute best bona fide players don't shoot. Period. Like, don't really shoot. Period. And like, you know, they ain't really got no center. Like, you in the fucking way. You can't beat Miami. Tim Hardaway a bum. No disrespect. Tim Hardaway a bum at this point. Like, so if it's Tim Hardaway, if you're getting outshot,
if Tim,
by Tim,
how do you compare? Yeah, I mean,
if Tim Hardaway, I'm gonna say this: if Tim Hardaway is the X factor in this game or in either of these games, you just in the fucking way. Like that's really what it boils down. Cause ain't no way in the world I got all these dudes off the Tim Hardaway like 36, right? And he hasn't been that good the last couple of years, right? And so I know Davion Mitchell went crazy one time, but if you let Davion Mitchell go shoot 7 threes and Trey make 3 threes and Sadiq Bey can't shoot.
If Davion go crazy and hitting threes, then I think you pat him on the ass and say,
if Bam hit like 5 threes or something, it's just meant for you to lose. But on paper, the sum of your parts is better than that team. On paper. But on paper is the trap.
Yeah. I got that exactly. I got it as a dub though. I think you get the one, and I think you split with Miami, to be honest. I think Mosley, the more I think about Mosley's impact and like historically how he's coached against certain teams, I think I need to start giving more credit and stop thinking about like the previous versions of what we've seen and give a little more credence to what it is that they have. So then they got the flight. They going to France, and you got the 2 games in France versus the Spurs. How you see those?
I think they split. I'm gonna say they lose the first one, win the second one.
I think so. I think they'll make sure to piss Wemby off and get one of those. He gonna be playing incredibly hard out there though. But I think you could get one of those. So 23 and 17. All right. Then you got OKC at home, Dallas, Cleveland, next 3.
Lose to OKC, you beat Dallas, lose to Cleveland.
Okay. 26 and 18. I don't know what the fuck Cleveland got going on, because James Harden ain't signed. They ain't really made no moves.
They gonna bring James. You must count. You count James on the roster. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say they lose to OKC. I say they lose to OKC. I think, how many more games they got? How many times we played Dallas so far?
I think maybe once.
Maybe once before this. Yeah, once early already, and it's a home. I think you beat Dallas again at home because they play really well against Kyrie too. I got them getting them next two, to be honest. I think they get Cleveland. I think you lose to OKC and then 18, but I think you get them next two at home. So 25 and 18. Now for me, you starting to like
stack
get
losses.
A little no. You starting to separate a little bit in your wins. Like beginning. This is kind of how I envisioned the season going a little bit. You was kind of like treading water a little bit, like kind of a game above, right below, like really close to 500. I think this is where you kind of find a little bit of rhythm and kind of go for sure, man. We going 100% undefeated. I think this is where you kind of like get a little bit of groove because February is fucking brutal. But I think this is where you get a little bit of rhythm. So we both got them. Wait, this can't be right. No, 25, 26. You must have them 26. I'm sorry, 26 and 17. I think it is. Oh no. I'm sorry, it is 18 because you got them losing. You got them losing to Cleveland, right?
Yeah, I got them losing to Cleveland.
Hold on, did I do this right? 3 games. 3 games. They split, and then you have them beat Miami 24, and then they split against San Antonio 1-1, and then lose to OKC 17. Oh yeah, that's where the 18 came at. They lose to I was right. You 20, so you got them at 26 and 18, and I just didn't write mine yet. Okay. Spurs. I said they split. And then I got them 2-1. Yeah, so I got them 25 and 18. You got them 26 and 17. So we kind of like we're
right there.
We right at the same.
Let me ask you this before we continue. How much of this do you believe is optimism versus like, I didn't really give them credit versus games they absolutely shouldn't win? Like how much would you say is like, that sounds like a lot of optimism?
A couple games I think I'm giving them some optimism, like the Utah game. I think they split with Utah. Like I'm giving them optimism against splitting with Utah when it's a real world where like you probably lose the games against Utah. I'm giving them some optimism with Golden State. But again, because we beat Golden State recently. Like typically we split with Golden State. And I just don't believe the Golden State team is like
very
overly good. Yeah. I think I probably gave them a little leeway with the Clippers as many times as we played the the Lakers. I gave them way too much leeway with the Lakers because
I could say that as well, probably.
So those are probably the games where I think I gave them some leeway, like the Lakers games, the Clippers games. I don't think they typically play well against the Clippers, but still you never fucking know. The Clippers, the Lakers, Utah is really the only teams I kind of gave them some grace against. Yeah.
The way I look at it is the Pelicans have 3 players. No, I'm sorry, not 3. They got Zion, Trey, Poole, Sadiq Bey, and DeJounte. That's 5 players who are all capable of averaging at least 17 points. 17 to 20. Now, of course, Trey, Poole, Zion, they've all averaged 20 before.
Yes.
Like, I think you just got on paper, you got so much scoring, even if you
play
don't
the talent.
Yeah, that's why when I look at a team, like, even though I really like I'm gonna say the Lakers, I like all of their players. To me, that's on paper, you should be in that tier, at least on paper.
I agree.
In the real world, probably not, but on paper. But Miami, Man, no way. Miami should just be running through you as a team.
This was interesting. If you go back to last year when they were like, they weren't playing people, they was playing bad lineups. When they played the Lakers, they were in a lot. They were in the games, leading the games. When you played a lot of these teams last year, no DeJounte, not fully. Like I'm talking about the early parts of the season.
No DeJounte, Hurd playing major minutes.
Yeah, you didn't even have Bryce at the time. Like Bryce wasn't even
barely was really in the rotation.
Yeah, he wasn't even really a thing at the time. Spears was still a rookie. You know what I mean? I just think you played competitively against a lot of those teams. Remember, one of the things was like you weren't getting the fuck beat out you every game. It was just kind of like y'all just, you know, you didn't know how to win. You did have some deficiencies, and you still got deficiencies, but it's just, can you overcome those? So that's the part that's not even overcome. You got talent in other aspects that should account for something. Like you should be able to do more things that you weren't able to do last year.
I would say on paper, even today, on paper, you don't got no excuses.
Nope.
Especially if you decide to roll with this. What Juvenile say? I'm gonna roll with it. Mama, don't pray for me. I don't back down from no nigga. So if you gonna roll for this, I can't pray for you. You gotta win. Because on paper, I'm like, on paper, I can respect your mind. I can see why you might think this could be competitive. Because on paper, the facts are the facts. But you gotta show and prove.
Gotta go and do it. Houston, Philly, back to back at
losing both.
Losing both. Okay. 26.
Houston always a weird game, but I think
I agree with that. 25-20 at Cleveland. I said they beat Cleveland. I think they lose in Cleveland. What you got? Cleveland in the month.
Loss.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going a full game losing streak right here.
I can see that. Cleveland.
Oh, it could get worse too.
That's what the stretch right here. So hopefully you built up some goodwill. Because
you got to build up a couple wins. Maybe you could shock the world and steal a game from Cleveland. Steal one of them games if you split with Cleveland and steal one from Houston.
One of them, you take Houston.
You're in great shape.
Or you hope Philly. You know what I'm saying? But
like, we're gonna sit down. It's January.
At home, they're getting ready for like.
That's why the only real way to like call it is if you look at every single team schedule on that date and who they played right before that.
What you mean? Did they sign Bradley Beal back?
No, I don't know who Bradley Beal got pictures of. They gave Bradley Beal a 2-year, $13 million deal.
Just now?
Yep.
What?
Yep. I don't know who Bradley Beal got pictures of.
Bradley Beal missed all last season.
Bradley Beal ain't been good in years. Like, this is 100. How the fuck Bradley Beal still in the league and Russell Westbrook? Do you realize how much of a people? And look, guess who agent it is?
Who?
It's Herb Jones' agent. Now that explains everything. It's Mark Barnstein.
That boy getting that money, boy.
Mark Barnstein. That's ridiculous.
Priority sport. Ooh.
That is ridiculous.
So listen, I would imagine he took a 6-year. No, Ben Mathurin, they probably just letting him roll now.
At this point, you might have to. Because if I'm the Pelicans now, I'm like, if I could get to 8, they can get the 8. If I'm them, just wave Hawkins, bro.
Just wave Hawkins now.
Just wave him, bro. Get to if you wave Hawkins, you can get to about 11.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying.
Wave Hawkins,
you could you don't have to end the year in the tax. You could find ways out of that. MPG agent too, it's MPG agent.
Man,
and one thing I will say, he'll get people paid.
He gonna get that bread for you.
Yeah,
he gonna get the money for
Herb
you.
Agent. Shout out Louisiana girl. Louisiana girl.
Bring it.
Bring
BJ over there, man. Bring BJ over there. That's gonna be interesting. Where we was at?
We was talking about
we finished up
Philly.
January.
Yeah, we now in February.
Yeah, we in
February. It's about to get
February
real.
Fucking brutal, bro.
It's about
February
to get real.
Now listen, you
got some light though.
As of right now, I got them 25 and 21. You got them 26 and 20. If you add these numbers at this point of the season, I think this is a win so far.
That's a great win because you get into the deadline, and now is where you like, look.
We might
you might buy something here.
You might might need to.
Look, if you above 500, right, going into All-Star break, because the deadline's on the 11th this year.
Yeah.
If you at 500 starting or above 500 in February, you probably, and look, that's to say you ain't do a deal in January. But let's say you above 500 in February. Now you kind of like, hey, we might could put some chips in here and do something. We might could do something. And the teams who they probably not gonna tank, but the teams who kind of like ain't
Brooklyn
shit.
Will probably will probably be out of it. Milwaukee will probably be figuring out what they are.
Chicago should be out of it. We'll see what happens.
Sacramento
by that time they should be like, all right,
whatever. Memphis, but I don't think Memphis really got much that they're gonna offer you. I think they're gonna battle most of the season.
Yeah.
Ooh. So Philly, Orlando, Washington. You start that bitch with technically you still on the road to end January, but the road trip, the 7-game road trip that everybody talking about. Cleveland, Philly, Orlando on a back-to-back, Washington, Chicago, Indy, Atlanta. It's really not that bad. Really not that bad.
I mean, yeah, I think because shit, AD may or may not still be in Washington, but that's
that money. If he don't get that bread,
if I'm them, I'm punting Philly and trying to play Orlando. But I'm calling Orlando a win. First game at home in Orlando.
Jamal Mosley back in Orlando. You gotta get that one. But
some of this is we don't even know because Orlando still got a good team. I mean, Philly still got a good team, but we don't even know if Joel Embiid playing in some of these games. But let's assume he is. I think
you want to call that a split.
I'm gonna say you lose in Philly, Orlando, Washington, and you win. And no, I'm gonna say you lose in Philly, Orlando. Washington might have too much size.
I think you lose to Washington.
And you beat Chicago. I'm gonna say you lose everything until Chicago. You beat Chicago. I'm gonna say you lose to Indiana. Boy, you could be losing until you play the Clippers and Golden State, depending on how it go.
So let's see. You say they lose 3, 4 in Atlanta, 5. So 5 losses, and then they win Chicago. So that's 27 and 25 for you. I got them splitting those two. I got an L to Washington. I got a win to Chicago.
I really would just have to see some of these other.
I got them 1 and 3. Yeah, I got them 1 and 3 in that next stretch because I got Washington, Indy, Atlanta beating us. Washington, Indy, Atlanta. Yeah, so that's 27 and 25, and then you got Houston and the Clippers at home. You gotta be Houston.
I think
you could be Houston.
I get an example. In January on the 27th, the 76ers play Sacramento at home. They travel to New Orleans on the 28th. So that's a back-to-back. So maybe them traveling and having older guys like Embiid, LeBron, maybe they'll sit those guys. Who knows? That's why I say with some of these situations, I really would need to know what's happening on the front end of those games. Yeah, because that changes my perspective. But I'm just for argument's sake today, I'm gonna say you lose everything until I think you gotta. I'm gonna say you lose Philly, Orlando,
Washington. I'm taking Washington.
I'm gonna say you beat Washington because I don't think Washington got enough perimeter talent.
Talent.
Yeah, because all they got is they got Bub,
they got Trey, they got Devonsa, they got
them
Trey
dudes.
The other Trey
never
Johnson,
done
they got Keyshawn George. I just never see us consistently beat Trae Young alone and Anthony Davis alone.
Yeah, I seen us beat Anthony Davis, but like the only ones with like who really got scans on the wall at this point is Trae Young and Anthony Davis.
Middleton back over there.
It's Middleton a mascot at this. I think you got. I don't know, son. So like I think it's one of them things where it's like on paper, you should be better than Washington this year.
You think?
Because they got the number one pick. He a rookie, and to me, he not like that type of number one pick. Now he could go into the season and like show you something, but you got like who is this Bub? Who's what, third, 4 year?
I like Will Riley a lot. I like Keyshawn George a lot. I think Trey Johnson take a step. He a lottery pick, like former lottery pick. And if AJ, he is the number one overall pick. What's up, Q?
Well, what up, Q? I think I'm gonna call Washington to win. I changed my mind on it because the person I would be most concerned about.
You biased, Bree.
Is Anthony Davis and
Trey.
Alex. I'm that's the only two I'm really like.
DeAndre Ayton off the bench. Okay.
That's like I would just only worry about their front court position, like their center position. But so aside from that, I wouldn't.
You got them beating Washington and Chicago.
Yeah. Okay, I don't think they match up particularly well against Washington, but I got them beating Washington and Chicago.
Okay, so I had you at 27.
Let me see something here because I gotta imagine too. I gotta see the schedule, but I gotta imagine Hallie not playing no back-to-back, so 3 games and 4 nights and all that shit.
I don't know. We'll see.
Because if he's doing that, they playing with fire.
Yeah, I think I got him at 28 and 26 till they get to Atlanta.
Yeah,
so you at I think I got you to Atlanta also. I think we at Houston. No, can't be. We was 25 and 21. I said they split, and then
they play Indiana.
They split 3
on the 8th.
1, 2, 3. I think I'm lost. Hold on. I think I'm lost. My bad, people. I need a second.
Bro. Like for example, and the Pacers played the Hawks. No, that's January. Let me see something. Hold up. Yeah, so the Pacers play OKC on the road on that Friday. So they would have 2 days off before playing the Pelicans. But this is I gotta see.
20 22. And then I was 25 and 21. And then I got 1 in Orlando. So I still got them 2 and 2 right there too.
Okay.
So 27 and 23. And now we got Indy and Atlanta. Okay, let's start from Indy and Atlanta. What you said about them two? You got to see, but will you?
I think they split. It can go in either direction. I'm gonna say they split though.
Okay, 29 and 23. I think they split too because I got us beating Indiana on opening day, and then I think we lose both of them in Atlanta. So 28 and 24. Yep. Okay, we back on track. Houston, LA. The Clippers. Houston Clippers at home. I think you gotta beat Houston at home.
Now that they got Bradley Beal. No. I'm gonna say you lose. I'm gonna say you lose to Houston and you beat Los Angeles. I'm gonna say you lose to Houston and you beat Los Angeles.
I got them. Nah, I think you gotta win. I got them winning both of those. I ain't gonna lie.
Now I'm trying to think of Houston's roster. You got Tyrese in back. You got Jay Sean
Smart.
Tate back. Fred
Marcus
VanVleet,
Smart.
if he's back. Marcus Smart.
Steven Adams, possibly.
Yeah, I think they are a nightmare matchup for the Pelicans. Amen. Jabari.
I think Kevin Durant by this point.
If Kevin Durant is still if he's still there, I got Houston. Yeah.
I think Kevin Durant is I think they beat us earlier in the season. I think we need this at like first game back at home after a really tough road trip. I think like they prioritize this one. I think you gotta show the fans like, okay, we got some life, getting ready to go into All-Star break. I think you get that one. I think you get these next two to kind of like right the ship. Yeah, you good. I think you get them two to right the ship, and then you got Portland and Golden State on a back-to-back before All-Star break. Honestly, I've been giving us dubs against Golden State. I think Portland I think we split, but I think we possibly beat Portland and lose. You know what? At some point, they're not gonna win on the road. I got them going. Well, you just had a tough month on the road. Let me see. What would your road record look like? Because I got you losing to Philly, Washington, Indy, Atlanta. You got to split those. So let's split that 31 and 25. Split right before All-Star break. And then you take a week. Then you come back with Phoenix at home. Do y'all think do we have any All-Stars? Do the Pelicans at that point? I said Zion was going to make the All-Star team. If you 31 and 25 going into All-Star,
you should have at least a reserve.
Do you think Zion make the All-Star team?
I think he can be.
If they 31 and 25 around All-Star break, you're probably still in the playoff hunt. You know what I mean? Probably battling with some teams for that 5, 6, 7, 8, like 8 numbers somewhere in there. You've already eclipsed your projected win totals for the season because the over-under was 30. Fears and Queen being the rising stars. Okay. I got Zion making the All-Star. This is on pace to be All-Star. What you got them last two, Golden State and Portland?
I think they lose to Portland every time they play them this season.
Okay.
I just think they match up so bad against Portland, but I think they'll beat Golden State.
Okay. Beat Golden State. So you got them split in two.
Mm-hmm.
So as of right now, we both at 31 and 25. And the only games we haven't accounted for were the cup games, which I think we talked about that. I think they lose the OKC Cup game. I think they could beat Memphis.
Oh, they got the names of the cup games out. Let me see.
Yeah, they show who they play.
Where you see that?
No, it's not on here, but I just
who the names are?
I remember who we was in the bracket with is us, OKC, Memphis, Dallas, and I want to say the Clippers.
Man, the Pelicans should be the second best team in that. On paper, they the second best team.
I'm sorry. OKC,
right?
Minnesota, the Clippers, and Memphis.
I think they should. If those are the 4 opponents, you should
2-2. I think
Memphis and did you say Dallas?
It's Memphis.
Yeah.
The Clippers,
right?
Minnesota and OKC.
Yeah, you should be 2-2, in my opinion.
Okay, so let me add 2-2 to that. So we 33, and I agree 33. We both still 33 and 27 around that. Point.
I can live with that.
Yeah, I can survive that because Tennessee. So Tennessee had 37 wins, but if you look at like the old like the 7-8, because again, I don't think they're gonna be a 10 seed. I think they're gonna be, again, I picked them like 6-7, something like that. So I think you fighting for like real playoff position. The league wants Zion being All-Star. Ain't no way they randomly sent the Pelicans to France against me. That's true. Last year the 7th seed had 42 wins. So you need 10 more wins in these last essentially it's like a month and a half if you combine it all. So let's get through that. Phoenix. I got them winning against Phoenix coming out of All-Star. I got them splitting 1-1. Win one at home, lose one on the road. However you want to do it. I don't think they get both of them though.
That sounds good to me.
All right, so we both 34 and 28. 34 and 28. You 34 and 28 going down the stretch. March. Here we go. March. This is where shit start to matter. We don't know if you made a trade or not. I don't know what the situation is. Because if you got Michael Porter Jr. on the team, I'm talking crazy. Right? You don't know. Trey might be gone at this point. Who knows?
Could be.
Could be gone. Fuck, who knows what the situation is? Let's go. We got Utah, Houston. What you think, Utah and Houston?
I think you I'm gonna see you split. I think you this is tough. I think you beat Utah this time and you lose to Houston on the road.
Okay, I got you going 0-2 in that. Just because I've been giving us benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup right there.
Yeah, I think those two are gonna be tough, especially as the season start ramping up. This is where you're gonna have to show like what you made of. So what did you say you have? You got them splitting?
Yeah, I got them going 1-1.
Okay, so you got 35, 29. All right, cool. Milwaukee, this where you gotta get your money.
2-0. You gotta go 2-0.
Yeah,
you gotta go 2-0. In fact, this is your month. This is your get right month.
Yes.
This is the closest you're gonna get.
You gotta
this is the closest you're gonna get to a get right month.
Yep. Minnesota on the road.
I'm gonna call it L.
I ain't mad at it. 37. 30.
Hope I'm wrong.
I call it an L too. I might go to that game. I ain't gonna lie. That's probably one of the ones I consider. Gotta check with the white 37 and 36 and 31. All right, this is what we gotta make some noise. Charlotte, Toronto, Dallas.
I'm gonna say you need to win. I'm gonna say you're gonna win all three.
Okay.
You gotta beat Charlotte.
You gotta beat Charlotte.
I'm gonna say you win all three.
I think so too. I think
by this
Toronto
point
at home.
I think by this point, this is what Dallas. Now Dallas can't tank, but I think this is where they start to like pull the plug a little bit.
Kyrie might be out of there at this point.
Kyrie may or may not be out of there. You ain't got no picks. You ain't really got no prospects of being no top team. You know, I think. I think
this is what we start.
Even if Kyrie there, PJ and Gafford should be gone by then.
That's true too. I think this is what Clay should be out of there at this point too. Maybe, never know. Even though the chance expanding fans will both friends have Paris. Yep, I agree. Then you got Minnesota, Charlotte, Houston. I think I've been giving Minnesota all of the dubs. I think we beat them this time at home.
I ain't mad at that.
I think you win. I think you go 2-1. I think you get mini Charlotte, and you and then you lose to Houston on the second night of the back-to-back.
Let me change that. I'm gonna say you beat Charlotte, lose to Toronto, beat Dallas, then you beat Minnesota, you beat Charlotte, and lose to Houston. So I got them going 1, 2.
The numbers I think still average out.
I'm about the same.
Yeah.
I gave my mini win and took away a Toronto
win. So you got a loss. You think they beat Charlotte and Houston?
I think they beat Charlotte, lose to Houston.
Charlotte lose to Houston. Okay, so that's still the same. Beat mini. Beat Charlotte, lose to Houston. So they beat Charlotte, lose to Houston. Okay, I got them. What did I leave off? I gave them all three of those. Mini. What did I say? I said I think they beat mini. No, I said I had them beat mini. Did I? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I have them beat Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so beat mini, beat Charlotte, lose to Houston. I feel like I'm missing a game somewhere. I think we still at the I think we still at this. I think we both at 41 and 32 still. Yep.
Okay.
At Boston, at New York, at Dallas. Ooh. I got them 0-3, dog.
I think they beat Boston.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not worried about Paul George. In fact, I think I could see Boston being one of them teams that's like, let's take a step back. I think they beat Boston. Did Boston get a center?
Cater and Mitchell Robinson.
I think they beat Boston. I think they beat Boston. Lose to New York. Beat Dallas. Beat Boston again.
Oh, you got them. Okay.
And
so you got them. So you got them ending the season 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1. To end the season.
Let's say.
I mean, in that.
Let's say 3 and 2. Let's say 3 and 2. Let's say they split with Boston.
They split with Boston. Okay.
Yep. Now this is where it's about to get real interesting at though.
3 and 2.
That's where it's about to get very, very interesting.
I got them losing to Boston, losing to New York 2. I think I'll be giving them wins against that. I think you go 0-3. I got them 3 and 2 in that stretch. I got them 3 and 2. So 40.
Now this is where it get real interesting though, and this is why I say this.
Ooh, so to end March, based on this, we got them 43 and 30. I got them 43 and 35. You got them 44 and 34. Is this real? If they did this alone, how would you feel?
It's only 10 games above 500. I'm giving them a lot. I'm giving them because I'm saying that you're going to sweep Golden State and sweep Dallas. Right. But I'm also saying Houston going to sweep you.
Yeah.
So Portland going to sweep you.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I think I'm saying it'll be tough to get to this number. I'm gonna say I'm comfortable. And I also say this. Now, going into this last month for April, this is where shit get interesting. Because even at the end of March, this is where shit get interesting, depending on how teams looking. In that last month, OKC probably not playing for nothing no more. OKC probably like, all right, we good.
They probably chill. Can you beat OKC backups?
Yeah, so I that's why I probably say, yeah, you could. Denver might still be in the fight.
Well, I'll say this too as a little slight pushback. Shea might be battling for a third straight MVP.
They wouldn't give it to.
What you mean?
To him though. They ain't give him shit. Jokic should have got 3 of them bitches in a row. They ain't give him none.
Well, I'm saying he might still be playing, fighting for it. Like I don't think
yeah. I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
Like he ain't shutting it down with 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 games left in the season. Just, but you know what I mean? Like when they battling for the MVP. So I think he gonna play till like the last game or 2.
I think Wemby gonna get it if he plays 65 games. It's possible though. It's possible.
That's just if like they'd have to run away with the West. Like you know what I mean? Like they'd have to be
one thing I will say. I know that OKC. I mean, I know Shea is a very good player, very professional player.
Yes.
I find it hard to believe that Shea gonna play all them games this year again. Like if he does, kudos to him. But 3 late postseason appearances, and you're not like a genetic freak type player. It's gonna be interesting to see what games OKC decide to take off. Because they gotta know, like, damn, last season,
healthy, that's very true.
If we was healthy in the postseason, we could have did this, and this.
They might take this regular season, not take it off, but like they might not play as serious during the regular season.
I can see
because they might get on their Golden State shit to where it's just kind of like we don't care what seed we are. We just need to be healthy when we get into the playoffs, and then we'll see whoever. As opposed to they've been the 1 seed, I think the last 3 seasons, and you only got 1 championship to show for it.
And to me, doing all that shit in the regular season, when you a clear number 1 seed, that's where you get fucked at. To me, that's really where you get fucked at, because Golden State did all that shit, and ultimately it didn't matter.
It took Brian, and Steph did get hurt throughout that playoff run. People remember Steph had to come back, and they won 73-9, which was still incredible,
crazy.
So OKC. I'm
gonna call that a W. I think Shea
in OKC.
I think Shea chilling by that point.
Okay. You come back for Washington and Denver on a back-to-back. But you got Washington at home and Denver on the road.
I think Denver's still playing at that point. Well, I gotta look and see if it's a back-to-back or not. But I think
it is.
You know what?
They on a back-to-back.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I think Denver. There's a world where Denver chilling because Aaron Gordon been hurt every fucking postseason. So here's a good thing for the Pelicans, and this is another factor, is like where are they playing your competition? So if you're the Pelicans, they play Memphis, and then these are all home games though. Unfortunately, they play Memphis, then they play the Pelicans, then they play the Clippers. So I'm gonna call it an L just to be safe.
Yeah, they probably feel like we could get all 3 of them.
I'm gonna call it L just to be safe.
Yeah, so you got OKC a W. What you got, Washington?
I got Washington a W.
Okay, and then
Denver L.
I got OKC a L and Denver a L, but you gotta beat Washington. I got Washington. Then Utah, Chicago. I think you gotta win that.
That's gonna be, to me, that might decide your season. I got Chicago as a W.
I do too.
I'm gonna say Utah L because it's back-to-back road games.
Utah.
But I also think now here's where it get funky at though. Boy. L. We're gonna have to talk after the show. But we'll talk after the show. but anyway, shout out to the homie, man. So, and it's about something good. But anyway, it's always, it's good. Shout out to, why would y'all still have my membership shit? But know what? Let's do this. We'll talk. We'll talk after the show. We'll talk after the show.
Listen,
and you could drop something for your members.
Ooh,
we'll do something like that. But
listen, man, y'all stay tuned, man. Chaz got breaking news.
Shout out to the homie Jeremy. Shout out to my member partner Jeremy, man. I'm sorry about that.
Listen, on the cool. Shout out to y'all if y'all still in the chat, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Chaz got breaking news. We might. Well, we listen. We at the end. I got us 46-37. You got 47-36. How many games is that total?
I'm gonna say with
we got one extra game in that somewhere,
bro.
We got one extra game in that somewhere, but it's somewhere around there.
I need to see Utah is such
I don't. I ain't gonna lie, I don't.
What?
I got members, but like shout out to y'all, man, become members of the show. Cause this is
make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the like button.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to think. Look, how many people we got in here, Al? How many?
Right now we got 43.
How many likes you got?
I ain't gonna lie. I don't even be checking. I don't even be checking.
You get,
because I don't want it to piss me off. Hold on.
Well, I just said this. Make sure everybody hit the like button. I can't.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I can't talk about it. I gotta talk to some other people first. But because you gotta go through like different.
We got 43 watching and 41 likes. Appreciate y'all. Y'all almost at 100%.
Oh, shout out to Homer Jeremy. 44. Oh man, that's what's up. Shout out to everybody hitting that like button.
Everybody, man, appreciate y'all. Listen, this is what we'll do. We'll run it. Don't your second channel got a membership show?
Nah, not yet. But this ain't nothing. I still got to talk to people.
You gotta confirm.
Yeah, confirm certain stuff. I gotta talk to like 2 or 3 people. You know how that shit go.
Yeah, but be on the lookout for the next episode, man.
Yeah,
we might be back.
If it's something that good, then yeah.
Interesting. We both
I think they beat Chicago, and boy, that Utah game. Because here's where it's interesting, right? Memphis owns Utah's pick.
Yeah.
So there's no world where it would benefit Utah to pull the plug at the end of the season, unless they were just injury riddled.
Yeah.
Or just didn't give a fuck.
True.
Like there's no world where that would benefit them. So now you kind of looking at like the teams that do have their pick, like as we go back through this, and we should do another good thing would be to do another episode. Probably would be.
Appreciate you, Jeremy, for coming.
Jeremy, good guy. Another good thing to do would be to go through who we perceive to be the most difficult opponents, like OKC,
and look at their schedule
and look and see which.
That's what I did. That's what I did last year. Who do they play?
Yeah.
Who do they play?
Shout out to homie Jess, man. That's my
Appreciate
dog.
Y'all always. I did that last year. That's why the show was so long. Like, who does the other team play before or after they play us? How do they prioritize it? That's why I just kind of generalized it and was like, they probably look at the Pelicans as we gotta have this game.
Because if we really wanted to go hard in the paint, like for like the next, if we did like this would take multiple episodes, but if we was like looking at the Phoenixes, looking at Utah, looking at where their schedule is, and seeing how they would potentially match up versus the Pelicans. But
let's do this, because right now I have our season at roughly and this don't feel like a reach. Moses won 40 games 3 years in a row.
Yeah,
I got us at 46 and 36 to end the season. You got us at 47 and 35.
That seems fair.
That's what I'm saying. Like
it's not unreasonable, right? Yeah. Because again, you take it into account. You play most of your season without DeJounte.
Yes.
Your rookies are in the second year. Yes. You anticipate a better version of Zion, if not Trey.
Yes.
You have Bryce McGowan for the entire season.
Poole will be playing.
Poole should be playing now. Poole and Herb can't possibly have worse seasons. Eve will be in year 3. You have a better coaching staff.
Yes.
You lost 20 plus games that you led in the fourth quarter. Again, if you win half of those games last year,
40 team, a 30 something win.
You had 36 wins. That's if you just win half of them bitches. Yeah. Right. Because they won 26 games last year, right? So if you win half, let's say they lost 21 games and you win 10. Let's just say 10. That's 36 games right there. So it's not totally out, the realm of belief. And it's only like 10 games or so above 500. Like, it's not a lot of games above 500 the way it's something that's just like, oh my God, like how do they do that? Like, this would be incredibly impressive if they were to do this.
Yes.
But still, it's not something out of realm.
I got it as a 20-game improvement. If you're a 20-game improvement, is 40. Well, I think I don't know.
If you're a 20-game improvement, that's coach of the year. That's coach of the year. Last year,
this is what's crazy. Every year is not the same. Every year is not the same, right?
Every year.
But last year, it was 49 wins to get the 6th seed. It was 49 wins to get the 6th seed. So you still are playing.
Yeah, we won 49 wins. It was
49. It was in the play-in.
And look, that's why I say there's a world where you can play very well and shit still kind of choppy because tanking ain't gonna be a real thing no more. I think people just gonna tank in different ways.
Before that, 48 wins was the 7 and 8 seed. So you still was a play-in. The year before that, we was in the play-in with 49, 47. So you still talking about, unless you could get to, depending on what the season. Now, the season, this was a couple seasons ago. Motherfucking Sacramento was a 3 seed with 48 wins. And then like
every season
had like 45. Every season is very different. So, but the last 3 years, you needed to be at 48, needed to be at least 49 to touch the 6 seed. Do you think they could get to it?
So which number in particular?
The 49.
Oof. I think that's
can they? I'll say this: without making a move, I don't think they could do it.
Yeah, not without making a move. I don't think. I think a more reasonable number is somewhere between 40 and 46.
That's around what we have them, because even if I do like give or take, unless we talking about major injuries and shit like that, like everybody being completely healthy, this is about where they are as currently constructed.
Right.
Like, I think that's fair. Like you technically looking at if you play your best, because say if they played their absolute best for a stretch, they'll probably get the 6 seed, which is probably going to be around like 49 wins.
It might not even be that high. Like, well, hopefully it isn't that high.
What you mean?
I'll say that. Hopefully that, it's just a matter of.
Oh, you don't have to get that high of a number?
Yeah, to get to the 6 seed this year. Hopefully the 6 seed is somewhere like fucking 42 or something like that. But then again, every season is different and there's going to be less. But see, that's the thing. It's going to be less wins to go around this year because less teams will be tanking.
That's a very good point too.
Yeah, so like you ain't going to have 4-5 teams just tanking this year.
Yeah.
So that's why you got so many wins in other years, because you had
last year,
Wizards.
Last year you had let's see, Chicago. You had Chicago, Brooklyn, Indy, Washington, Utah, Sacramento, Memphis, Dallas. That's 8 teams all start to like shut it down at the end of the season. So you won't have that this season as well. So again, it could bring the league win total down some based off how like the draft how the draft goes, because what we both think will happen is, let me look at the schedule again, man. Because down the stretch, see, that's the thing, like down the stretch, depending on what happens with like Dallas, Milwaukee, Chicago for sure. It's not really, I'm looking at like March. We don't even have that many teams in March that are like shutting it down. Unless, depending on what you think of Boston.
I gotta check and see if Boston owns their own first. Because if they own their own first, like a team like that, to me, they got all the incentive in the world to be like, well, look, I told y'all this is what this was the plan. Like, you know what I'm saying? I told y'all we moving forward and trying to build around Tatum now. And building around Tatum means we're gonna need some young talent. Young talent is going to be a draft pick. We got to put ourselves in that position. I don't know that if they own their first. I have to look that up. But you got several teams, like looking at the schedule. There's a few teams that I could see them just being like, it's a swap. No, it's a swap, but we get the best of said swap. Well, but if it's in the lottery, we keep both. Yeah. Well, if it's in the top 4, we keep both.
Mm-hmm.
So really, Milwaukee doesn't get anything. It's a swap really with Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, because the worst of the pick goes to Atlanta, right?
Yeah, the worst of the pick goes to Atlanta. If it lands in the top 4, we get them both.
Mm-hmm.
So, like certain teams, like Milwaukee, for example, they ain't gonna have no incentive to tank. But who know? Like Milwaukee, for example, you only play them twice, but you have no idea who's still gonna be on that roster.
That's true, because Tyler Hero, who knows what they do with Tyler.
Jaime,
Kuzma, Miles.
Kuzma, and I think they're gonna try to move on from old Kuzma.
Yeah, I think Kuzma and Miles Turner probably.
Miles, of course, is another guy. Yeah. Like, you know, it's some things some opportunities gonna present themselves. If you're the Pelicans, you just can't be dog shit. Just don't be dog shit, and you got some action.
Like, let me ask you this: if let's say they are the 7 seed, right? 7 seed, 8 seed, whatever, they wouldn't get into the playoffs. But this was just like how this played out was your season. You're around 40, anywhere between 43 to 47 wins. Let's just say 43 is if you give it some losses. 40, 47, 48, you give them a couple wins or two. Anywhere in there. How would you grade the season?
I think if you any win total with a 4 in front of it is you totally overachieved and did excellent.
I agree. Would that how would you view that roster going into the offseason? I guess it would depend on what happened in the playoffs, but how would you view that roster going? Nah, that's too early to talk about because now you got to completely reevaluate your playoff shit matters because what you don't want to happen. And the thing too, if they do this, you don't want to go into the following season and say,
I don't need to make any improvements.
I don't need that. You know what I mean? We a draft pick away or we a whatever away, right? Like if we let Jordan Poole expire and then go try to get Michael Porter Jr. It's just like, no, go get Michael Porter Jr. now. Like, oof. The roster moves matter.
I think if they can I think anything with a 4 is a great season, bro. Like honestly, anything with a 4 is a great season. I think ultimately I think to me it wouldn't change my roster outlook. I would just to me it would just say like certain guys who may like absolutely want out. Maybe they want out less now.
I would need to see how we got to
but my thing is who says I want to keep them? No, it's the thing. It depends on how we got there, right? And it all depends on who's available in the off season. Like that's one of the reasons people so upset with Detroit because they like, man, they had real dudes available and we had an opportunity and we ain't really mashed the gas like that. So
42 and 40 get you in the play-in.
Hopefully.
Well, I'm just saying historically playing teams, if you get to like 30 something, like 30 over 35 wins, 36 wins, you in the play-in, like at least as the 10 seed. Like historically, that's just been what it's been. So if you could get to like 36, you'll probably 36, 37, you'll make the play-in. When we made the play-in that first year, we did 36 wins, got you into the play-in.
Yeah, it just, it all boils down to how many teams are actively tanking. That's really all what it absolutely boils down to, bro. Yep. If like buku teams tanking, you're gonna have more opportunities to win. If not a lot of teams tanking, you're gonna have less opportunities. You know what I'm saying? That's ultimately what it boils down to. If it's gotta see. I don't really.
That's just what it boils. Yeah, that's what it is. Like another thing too. There, we went through this season, and like we just was picking the games, but I know we weren't talking like when we kind of discussed some of the matchups, especially when you look at who like who was on team's roster, it wasn't like going into a lot of these games. It was just kind of like, oh, the center position should just be like that overwhelming for you to not, because you know when you stack up the West, for example, right? You start being like, oh, this one got a center, that one got a center. This, but when you like going through it and you looking at the games, and it's like Denver gonna be tough regardless. Okay, but like Memphis, you probably should beat. You probably should beat Memphis. Like Phoenix is more like a team in your wheelhouse, but and they have a better center rotation, but that don't mean that like they should just be beating the shit out you. The Lakers, like Luka or bust, to be honest, or unless Austin Reeves just becomes somebody incredible.
Yeah, somebody else. Like if Luka has to miss, like I think the Pelicans are more than some other teams in a position to where they should be able to sustain. They should be able to sustain a situation where they got a tough schedule as far as fatigue, or if they have to, sustain an injury to a non-Trey Murphy player, right? Because Trey Murphy going down is significant, but to a non-Trey Murphy player, you should be like
able to survive.
You should be able to survive because you have so many fucking players.
Yeah,
like that's
like
to me.
Big down, it shouldn't.
Yeah,
like go down, it don't make or break your season.
Right, like at least it shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? At least it shouldn't. But like, if Trey go down, it should be a bit more significant. Or Zion, it should be probably Trey more than Zion at this stage. But if just because of the 3-point shooting, but they got enough depth on paper to sustain guys missing some time. If it's a non-Trey player, if it's if you're in a situation where it's 3 games and 4 nights, it's like on paper, man, you're supposed to have like 10, 12 motherfuckers who can really play.
You got enough. You gotta, again, we talk about 10 players, and then Carlo is like 11, and Carlo can play. PV, we ain't talk about PV too much, but PV is like a 12th guy, isn't really a bad 12th, you know what I mean? Like a bad 12th man. If you talk about having a,
and this is presuming you don't, and this presuming you don't make any moves right now. Yeah. So
Ben Mathurin might be done. Fucking between this that Bradley Beal situation.
Hey, it's certainly possible because the way it's looking, Chicago might be one of the only. Chicago and New Orleans might really be 2 of the only dance partners for Ben Mathurin.
Yeah,
like, and again, I think if they could, of course, the Pelicans in a tough spot with the Jordan Hawkins situation, and it depends on. Hypothetically,
would you be willing to move Hawkins for a second just to take Mathurin for like?
You mean move him with a second?
Yeah, like take a second, move Hawkins, and just put Mathurin in that spot for like 10 mil.
I would need a deal for Herb lined up like right after that.
Okay,
because it's like y'all can't play.
Yeah,
like that's why if it was like hypothetically speaking, let's say they had interest in Michael Porter Jr. And I could turn 2 or 3 players into one really good player that fit perfectly. That would be my preference, but that's in an ideal world. I would prefer to just if there was a world where. Man, if there was a world where, bro, they was just like, look, we just gonna wave, we just gonna wave, we just gonna cut, wait, we just gonna cut him. We just gonna cut his ass, and if we cut him, we gonna give Mathurin like 10. The Clippers may not match, and if they do match, all right,
you got a spot. Okay, you got a spot now.
Yeah, so. I would
now you can bring in two of those tryouts that you're looking at.
Because the issue is there isn't much of a benefit with trading him versus just cutting him. The benefit is like you get like if you could just trade him and not take nothing back, you get the whole $7 million. But that's gonna be hard to do. Yeah. That's why you see a deal potentially like with AJ Johnson, where like, well, it's $3 million, it ain't 7. So now I freed up 4. Now I got 12, but I still need a roster spot. Like, but it's a multi-step thing, bro. I think again, I think if you go into this season and say, look, listen, Ben Matthews, it looked like he's gonna be here. Like, or it looked like he's gonna be around in free agency for now. Yes. You got to report to camp in a few weeks. So you got at least a week and a half probably to sort this out. Maybe. If that much. Because if the Bulls, Bucks, whoever come and just give them the money, whatever, right? So if you just say, look, I'm gonna pay whatever I'm gonna pay to get AJ Johnson. Let's call it 1 second. To get AJ Johnson, get rid of Hawkins, probably waive AJ Johnson, right? Once I trade Herb, who ultimately has to be traded no matter what. Once I trade him, or if I have to trade Trey, I'm gonna get all that shit back anyway. But I got a chance to be good doing something now. Where I would, if they told me this, I would have to respect their mind. They're like, well, we don't think Ben Matthews will move the needle like that. Yeah. Then I'd be like, well, I disagree. I get it. While I disagree, I get it. But it's just a.
That's why I'm calling about MPJ.
Look, again, as Nando said this weeks ago, which is crazy. It was like
fucking Nando. Shout out to Nando.
Nando said this weeks ago, which is crazy. He was like, bruh, all the deals for the Pelicans are the same. Like, they got all the same options that they had before. Really, nothing's changed. Kuminga's still there. Peyton Watson's still there. Duran's still there. Ben Mathurin's still there. The worst thing you could be is restricted right now. Kuminga's unrestricted. But the worst thing you could be is restricted or have a bad agent.
Yes.
Because nobody like Kuminga agent, seemingly.
Every even the top end players that you no matter how you feel about them, they still available if you want to make those moves. That's why I say the only move that's technically it ain't even confirmed to be available. But if MPJ, that's the only new news, because they finally just said whatever about him possibly not getting an extension, depending on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that could be
take
speculative.
That with a grain of salt. Yeah, take that with a grain of salt as well, because Brooklyn didn't come out and say we far apart on an extension. You just, kind of context clues that he hadn't got one in fucking season.
At this point, I've heard multiple people say it at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Like people who would know.
Yeah,
but
about Porter.
Kuminga. Yeah, about Porter in the extension. And it's like, if you're the Nets, you got buku players. You're not really trying to win right
you're
now.
You're not doing it. So it makes sense, but that's the only, in my opinion, the only true update that's
and he doesn't want to play for a tanking organization, according to him. So I'm sure he not comfortable over there. Yeah, Kuminga definitely defy his agent.
Absolutely, man. He boy, I don't know what he's gonna do.
I think Darren might need to too.
They all in a
Darren, Tyree Eason, Kuminga.
Bruh, they all in a truly rough situation. At least Tyree got some money.
Kuminga earned. I mean, not Kuminga. Darren earned his.
It's just like I don't want to do it.
Yeah, you just unearned it in the postseason.
You know what happened? He kind of got and Jaren Jackson Jr. has more of a history of being good, so Memphis didn't fuck over him, but they kind of did, because they, towards when he signed his deal, they was like, if this motherfucker make All NBA, we gonna have issue.
He got one of the worst contracts, man.
But he got a deal though.
At least he got his money. Fuck.
Yeah, at least they was like, look, we ain't gonna give you what you want, but we gonna give you
a lot.
Yeah.
Give you more than you could get as a free agent.
Ooh, man, I appreciate everybody tapping in for this. This is the second year in a row we done the full 82. The Pels and Blender done the full 82 game schedule. To kind of finish it off, I have 46 and 36. You got 47 and 35. I think we both can agree that if they make any move, we'd be willing to adjust said number. like kind of revisit a little bit, depending on them. It don't make it. It depends on the move.
If they make a move, hypothetically speaking, like I say they got a really good player, I'm keeping it right where it's at. I'm like, oh nah, for sure.
You just comfortably right.
Yeah, now I'm like, oh, I'm comfortable. Because
if they did Herb and Poole for MPJ, you still like 47?
I got him at 47 still.
Okay. I ain't mad at that. I think I'd have to revisit a little bit too, though, depending on like if it was MPJ, depending on like who went out.
Because to me,
I would still losing. Yeah,
I would have to say who I think you're better than now. I think you a little bit closer to OKC. I think you because OKC lost a lot of players too. I think
that's a good point.
I think you clearly better than like Washington. Like some of the games I was saying, I think you lose here. Like in Portland, you might steal one from Portland, steal two from Portland. I probably feel more comfortable with you with Utah. There's like certain I would feel more comfortable, but you're like you would solve one issue. And if you bring in like Koloko, and Koloko had a really good year, yeah. But see, my thing is like, I think Poole and Herb as a collective, a good Poole and Herb as a collective is probably about
Michael Porter Jr.
You just consolidated pretty much.
So the thing that I think it allows you to do if you did that,
and you got some more money too. You can sign. Now
you got more money, and then you created technically 2 roster spots. So now you could really look at another.
Well, you still got 1 roster spot. Well, you'll have one.
You gave up 2 for 1. You'd have another additional roster.
Oh, you mean in addition? Yeah. So if you got 1 now, you'll have 2. Then
you'd have another. So now you could say, "Fuck, maybe we could go give Nick Richards a little bit."
Yeah, and by that point, or just bring one of your camp dudes in. I don't know how much better Richards would be than Koloko at this point.
Yeah,
if
you had Koloko and Caleb Houston or Buff or whatever, and you said and then you moved Hawkins, like if you could do that and then move Hawkins and you bring in all 3 of them dudes,
and you got
look at it as an upgrade,
and you got the 15 million. So maybe, you got about 15 million in space. Maybe a little less. No, Poole at 34, Herb at no. It would Poole and you wouldn't have additional roster spot because they had to send back Clowney.
What is it, 6 more? I'll take Clowney. That's fine.
Yeah. So now you got Clowney. Yeah. So now you got 1 spot. You can still waive Hawkins or do whatever. But yeah, so and you still have a couple more bucks.
Roster. Yeah, I think
so. So you probably save like $4 million or something like that. So you'll have about 12 million to offer somebody. If there was like a really good like center that was still didn't have a deal or promising center, you could be like, hey, take this 12 million, bro. This come on 1 year, like Jock Landale, like
just come. Give me some minutes, bro. That's all. Yeah. Just give it a little bit of time when we need you. Man, I like this. Again, I did like Trey adding the weight and then see he got a rebound, but we gonna see. We're going to see. I don't know about Troy getting one of his bigs, but I don't know. Man, I appreciate everybody that tapped into this episode, bro. Again, we did a really good job, I think, of going through the season. I do think we should look at like the other teams in that area, and just kind of go through their schedule a little bit, and it don't have to be as in depth as this, but just kind of like see how their schedules look. It's like, they got X amount of back-to-backs and all of this shit too. Is just kind of they have, because you know what would have happened if we look at some of those schedules and where our tough stint is in like February, right? Like February, we have a really rough schedule. Well, if I look at fucking Phoenix schedule, what if the tough portion of their schedule is in December or January?
Like that's why it's tough to really say who's gonna be out of the equation or who's light years ahead of you when you don't know what their schedule look like in March, in December, in January before the trade deadline. Because Denver still has to make trades. The only way Denver won't trade anybody is if they're really, really good.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But if they say, all right, look, we got to move more.
They not, it is looking more and more like they're not bringing Peyton Watson back. So where does Peyton Watson go? Like, what does their roster look like? You know,
like if Peyton Watson goes to the Clippers, does that change how you feel about playing the Clippers? If the Kawhi deal don't go through, let's say the deal don't go through and Kawhi suspended, do that change a lot? Like that changes a lot. What's about to happen with the new Lakers owner? You know what I'm saying?
That's very true. Yeah, he got shit going on too. But I think this has been a good one, man. 2.5 hours in. Appreciate everybody for tapping into the show, man. Again,
yes, indeed, bro.
We got great content coming out. Chaz, tell the people where they can find you.
Man, at Cheddar Chaz on YouTube. Subscribe to the backup channel as well. At Cheddar Chaz, the number 9 on YouTube. Hit me up Twitter, Instagram, what have you. Try to, do some content nowadays when I get around to it, because now I got something else I'm working on. But shout out to y'all, man. Hopefully we got some good news for y'all soon, or at least some hopeful news. I'll say that, hopefully.
Appreciate y'all, man. Always. Again, A. Davis, Pels on the Blender. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. I'm going to find out what the news is and see if I can find a way to give y'all this information. So don't worry about it. Me and Chaz gonna figure it out. The members ain't up, man. Make sure y'all become members to the channel. You heard me? And then maybe we can drop this episode. But if you are a member, you might still get an episode. So be on the lookout for that. It's still quite possible, depending on what it is. There'll still be a member episode, and then when you become a member, you might be able to reflect back on that one. So appreciate everybody. We're gonna go ahead and get y'all out here with this outro. I'm A. Davis, Pels on the Blender. We out. Peace.
Pels in the blender. Pels in the blender. From the dome to the court, we come alive. Red in the seats, feel that surge inside. When the crowd get loud, they shift the room. One run, one stop, and the whole thing bloom. Keep it clean, keep it true. Home floor shine when we come through. Every bucket count, every stop we chase. New Orleans pride, all up in your face.